now we're live, so now I'm going to double tap. Hey everybody, welcome to our broadcast. Scoot on over here, Joe.
Hi there.
We're going to wait for a few people to log on today. We're going to talk to you a little bit about how you can get weather service information on your phone. Last night we were pretty busy around here, weren't we? Yeah, we had some pretty strong storms moving across the area. So we weren't able to produce a broadcast like this, but I bet you probably wanted to get weather information on your phone then, because that would be a good thing to do. So tonight we're going to talk about that in just a minute or two. We're going to let people join. Periscope is just just so you know, the Weather Service is just starting to experiment with Periscope. We're trying to figure out how we want to use it, best practices and stuff like that. And our office, Indianapolis, is one of the few offices that is going through this prototype phase to experiment on how we're using it and whether you guys like it or not. So, well, looks like we've got about 28, 30 people on, so let's start this off. So a lot of people, you look at your phone. So this is my phone here. And, when you turn it on, it doesn't really have a button. There's a button for weather or something. But maybe you want your weather to come right from the National Weather Service, right? Well, unfortunately, the Weather Service, we don't have an app for that sort of thing. It just doesn't exist. So how can you get your Weather Service information on your phone from your app? Without an app, it's pretty simple. So what you want to do is, here's your phone. You want to open up your web browser. On an iPhone, that's the program called Safari. And then you're going to go to a website called mobile, M-O-B-I-L-E, .weather.gov. You type that in, so it looks something like that. And you want to select that version right there. And then when it comes up, and you surf over to that page, it'll come up in a second here, because you know how networks are. And that's what it looks like. That's the Weather Service page. Now in our case, I want to put in my zip code. You probably want to put in your zip code or whatever place that you're interested in. So I'm going to put in my zip code here. And say go. And off it goes. Oh, it says my geocode was not successful. Let's try again. Okay, so there is my Weather Service information. Now you're looking at this through the browser. You're not really looking at it through the app. Well, how do I get this on my page so it's always on my page? Well, on an iPhone, what you do is you use this little button down here. You click on that, and you're going to get this option here where you can send it or add a bookmark or whatever you might want to do. So in our case, we want to add it to our home screen. So I'm going to slide that over and click Add to Home Screen right there, that one. Now, what happens when I go to my home screen, I should have a little button there for the Weather Service. Let me see if I can get it and show it to you. It's not showing up on me. That's the way this works sometimes. Operator error. Let me try some more. Now, we know that not everybody has iPhones, and I'm more of an iPhone person, but Joe here, he's more of an Android person, so some people might have Android phones. So those of you with Androids, Joe is going to show you how to do it on an Android phone, and while he does that, I'm going to try to make sure I can get my button to appear on my phone so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So take it away, Joe.
Okay. We will make no comment on the utility of Android versus iPhone. Okay, so Android phones, you're going to want to use Chrome. Make sure you're doing this from Chrome and not the stock browser that comes with the phone, because that way you're going to be able to get the nice little Weather Service icon on your home screen. I've gone to mobile.weather.gov, and I am going to enter the zip code for the office here, 46241. Enter the zip code, hit go, and there's my weather page for the office. And you've got your current conditions, your forecast, your detailed forecast that goes into a bit more detail over the next 7 days. You've got a bunch of other things available to you there as well. Radar, satellite, forecast discussion, forecast graphics, flood info under rivers and lakes. You can tweet us a weather report, things like that. So, I've got my page there. If I go and hit the little 3 dots here up in the corner there, I get an option for add to home screen, if you see it there. Click that. Brings up this little thing, says, where's my, get a better look at that there. There we go. Add to home screen, and you can title it whatever you want. I'll just leave NWS Mobile Weather, which is the default. And when I click add, it tells me, shortcut NWS Mobile Weather created, added to your home screen. And if I go to my home screen, see up in there, up in the corner, nice little Weather Service logo, says NWS Mobile Weather. Now, every time I click on that icon, it'll bring that same page back up that has my forecast, my most recent observation, all that information for the location that I'm interested in. And say hi to little Stormy there. That's Stormy the weather dog. That's my little furry son. So, hi Stormy, hi mobile weather. And that's how you do it on Android. So,
great. Now, while you were doing that, I managed to figure it out. So
all right.
Apparently, I wasn't pressing the button quite right. So I pressed the Add to Home Screen button, and I too got the button to where I could name it whatever I wanted. And I'm going to, just like Joe, leave it named as NWS Mobile Weather. I'm going to go ahead and press the Add button, and I did the add, and now it's gone. And you can see it right there on my screen. There I have the extra special National Weather Service button where I can, again, just like Joe was saying, I can press that and boom, I'm getting all of my weather information, current conditions, forecast directly from the Weather Service, directly from us folks here at the Weather Service office. So that's a good way to keep in touch with us and get your weather information right from us. Another thing I really want to touch on really quickly before we move on or conclude the broadcast is emergency alerts. Now, by default on most phones, emergency alerts are usually always turned on. And emergency alerts are great because if we issue a tornado warning or a flash flood warning and you happen to drive into that warning area or something like that, your phone is going to make a loud, annoying noise and make sure that you are aware that the Weather Service has issued a warning for your area. So you always want to make sure that those emergency alerts are turned on because wherever you might go, maybe you're on vacation in Florida or somewhere else and there's some sort of warning issued, your phone will automatically alert you of that. So to go make sure those emergency alerts are available, you have to go into the settings area. And after that, I believe it's in general on an iPhone. Oh, rats.
For Android,
where is it on Android?
It's gonna vary by the phone. So you're gonna want to look through the documentation that came with your phone. Maybe talk to your provider if you're having trouble finding it. But it's gonna vary from phone to phone where you're gonna find those settings. So
I'm going to take the default answer with Joe, but I know it's within the settings category on the iPhone too, where you can get it through one of the menus, and you'll have an option there to turn emergency alerts on. And of course, we recommend you do that. So that's about all we have for tonight's broadcast. Does anybody? We saw a lot of love out there, a lot of hearts, and that's a good thing. We'd like to see that. Not too many questions or comments, but if you have any, we'll stay here for another 30 seconds or so if you got a question. But other than that, we'll try to wrap this broadcast up. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. Stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you next time.
all right.
Have a good one.
night,
Bye-bye.
folks.